Hey everyone, welcome back to Twyco. I'm hoping you're having a fantastic day. Today is going to be a fun one. It's actually been a little bit since I've seen you all. You might be thinking, no, you're wrong. We just saw you 7 days ago. Well, that's because, well, it's been a little bit before, between recordings, but I've actually got a pretty exciting little impromptu pickup kind of situation going on. Basically, somebody had a 55-gallon tank that they needed to break down and get rid of the community fish from, and lo and behold, just happens that they maybe, I don't know, are getting rid of all the fish. And I kind of talked to them, and this lovely couple is going to be buying the 55-gallon setup, buying some of the plants, some of the fish, things like that. But there are some fish that they do not want, and one of the kinds of fish is a whole school. So I'm pretty stoked. And by school, just 12 fish, which is of course pretty big, but they're a kind of fish we already have. But I'm seeing money, and it's not just because we can breed them. It's not just because that they have bred before, but it's also because of their color. Now, there's been some different kind of updates in the fish room, and we'll quickly touch on those in a little bit. But first and foremost, the exciting part is let's get on the road. Let's go get them. It's just a quick little drive away from my house, about 30-40 minutes. So let's go pick up the fish, come back, I'll show you what they are, and I might be getting some plants with it as well. He said he might sneak me in a couple of plants, so I said, oh, that'd be really awesome, and I appreciate it. But enough talking, let's get on the road and let's go get us some fish. Okay, so we're back, and we just got back, so it's been, I don't know, an hour and a half since the last shot. So before we get to the fish that we are unboxing, technically rescuing, I just want to go over a couple of quick updates. So first and foremost, Max and Maxine are doing awesome. So are the turtles, the saltwater is going great, a couple of things are going good. But unfortunately, when you do rehome a lot of fish, you know, you get some old fish. So if you look up here, you'll notice that there's 3 and actually 4 up here. There's another one up here swimming at the top. Tilapia in that 29. Now the reason that those tilapia are in that 29 was because they were the 4 smallest from this tank, this 55. And they just needed to move because they were getting beat up a little bit. Their fins were getting a little bit messed up. Nothing too terrible, but decided to move them over. But obviously that means that that tank was open, and yes, that does mean that unfortunately Perry is no longer with us here at Twyco. So Perry is gone, unfortunately. But again, that's unfortunately what happens when you rescue fish. I have no clue how old that fish was. You know, I know that her and Max were similar age. I believe Max was younger, Perry was older, so that's what happens when you don't breed fish or you don't get fish, you know, young, and you rehome them. That's the only loss that we've suffered so far. Ricky, one of our 2 Oscars that we rehomed, he was always the sluggish one and the thinner of the 2 Oscars, and he suffered from a hole in the head disease. So treated that, and it's gotten a lot better, but he's still recovering. So nothing major yet. We still have Ricky, and I'm doing everything that I can to make sure that we keep Ricky. But again, it's the unfortunate truth when you are rehoming animals like this, is that you never really know. And I can keep the cleanest water parameters, I can give them the best food ever, but there's always that element of they could just be really old fish. But again, I'm gonna make sure that whoever and whatever fish we do take in here at Twyco, they're given the best life, including the new fish that we got. So I am going to be a little bit backlit, but that is a-okay, because this person was awesome. This person was kind enough to give us and I brought my 5-gallon, and I told them I would be, but just in the effort of keeping them cool, this is a jumbo Ziploc bag. This is bigger than a gallon. This thing is awesome. This jumbo bag is fantastic. I don't even know that I knew that they made them this big, but a jumbo bag in a styrofoam box just to keep them a little bit temperature acclimated. Now, of course, heat can't escape up the top, but hey, I appreciate the effort. And as I pull this out, you may see some green, and that is because we did get some plants. They were kind enough to give us some plants, and also a school of 12 green Corys. So it might not look like it right now because they are stressed. They have been in this bag, you know, for as long as an hour, maybe a little bit longer than that. But they were kind enough to give us some of their plants. Not exactly sure what each of the plants are. That's something that we can figure out. But yeah, they are beautiful. Let's go ahead and flip that over so you can get a little bit better view. But there are 12 Corys in here apparently. Some of them bigger. One of them is really small. A couple of them are smaller. I believe like 6, she said, were from the original batch, and then the other 6 were from Fry. So this is a breeding colony. I might have mentioned that in the last clip, but it is a breeding colony of Corys, which is awesome. Now, for the time being, these are actually gonna go in the large quarantine tank instead of the small quarantine tank, because soon that's all going to be changing. But as the garage light turns off, because of course all the aquarium lights are off right now, but as the garage light turns off, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this bag to float in the quarantine tank, and then we'll go ahead and plop and drop these in. I'll grab out the plants, look at the plants a little bit more, and yeah, we'll take it from there. Okay, so they are floating, but just out of curiosity, because who knows, you know, you probably will see this in the future, and maybe I'll have an answer by then. But this, if it would stop focusing on my face, focus on the leaves, there we go. This is one of the plants we have. And then I want to say that these two are the same, but maybe not. This is one of said two. There we go, it's gonna focus. Focus on the leaves, buddy. There we go. So this is another one of the plants. It's got roots all over, kind of like a, almost like a floating plant. This is the other one, but I'm 99.9% sure it's the exact same. And then I think this might be pennywort. Now I haven't looked that up yet, so don't quote me on it. But this is another one of the plants that we got. For some reason, pennywort sounds right. I feel like I've seen pennywort before and it looks just like that. But, otherwise, needless to say, what we're gonna do is I am going to put y'all not there. Let's put you over here in the stock tank for a second, because actually the stock tank, hey, is one of the next projects, and we'll talk about that in a second. But these have been floating for a hot minute now, so I'm gonna go ahead and take them out and try to not disrupt any more water than I already have thus far. We'll go ahead and take the lid out actually too. That should help a little bit. Got a bunch of duckweed and salvinia. If you all remember that one video that I shot ages ago where I got the free plants and we got the duckweed and salvinia. Well, yeah, it does what duckweed does, and it grows a lot and then grows some more. And yeah, so we got duckweed and salvinia in the community grow out tank. We've got it in both the quarantine tanks, and I'm sure we'll have it in other tanks soon. I know some people don't like it. I kind of love it because it takes up nitrates and grows like crazy, and I don't know. I haven't learned to hate it yet, so that's where we're gonna stay. So I'm gonna go ahead and let me make sure no one's in that corner. Go ahead and start pouring these buddies out. Come on. There we go. And I don't know if I kept saying, oh, there's one more. I don't know if I kept saying 12 or what I kept saying, but there's actually only 10 in here. So I don't know where I got the number that I was saying from, but there's only 10. So just keep that in mind. Also, Corys are kind of weird fish. They kind of all just play dead when I went to move them into the tank. That was new for me. That was interesting. But let's go ahead and get this lid back on. And let's go ahead and show you all them in the tank. So they're down there. There's a little bit of algae on the tank. There's one swimming there. A little bit of algae, but look at how much bigger they are in comparison to the other Corys that we have. That one's just swimming all over it. But yeah, there's 10. The post said 11. I counted 10. I thought there was 12. There's just a bunch of numbers being thrown around. But I'm gonna let these be in this tank. And just like every other video here at Twyco, we'll pick this up tomorrow morning. And not only will we pick this up and talk more about this tomorrow morning, we're also gonna talk more about a couple of more fish room updates, just for the kind of future. I know we talk big picture a lot here, and we talk about what's going on with the different tanks, and we talk big picture, but I want to talk about the next project, especially because I got this manifold set up, and then for me, it feels like it's been a month, 2 months since I've really done anything major. I swear, in this fish room, this place is so dark at 11 o'clock at night or whatever time it is now, without any of the fish cameras on, or fish lights, whatever words are, but we're gonna let them settle, and yeah, we'll be back here tomorrow morning to check out the green Corys, finally be able to see them in the color that they are instead of this like pale color that we've been seeing them in, and then talk a little bit about the fish room, and then hey, we'll be back for next episode. So I will see you all in, I don't know, 8, 12, some amount of hours, maybe another 24, who knows, maybe I won't shoot this till tomorrow night. If you've been here, you know, but I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, so it's been the next day, and they have settled in beautifully. Before I get over there, we're gonna go ahead and zoom on in. You can see one swimming up with the school black skirts and serpes. One's there, and then right underneath the ladder leg, you can see some other ones over there. They're doing well, but as I zoom back out and I walk towards the tank, you may notice that they all skid away. Or they'll just at least congregate together like that. You can see the small little one right there, but they're coloring up beautifully. I don't think it comes through absolutely fantastic on camera, but they are doing awesome. And this tank is doing fantastic. Oh, you can even see a coolie loach. You don't always get to see those here because they're kind of nocturnal. But they're doing pretty good. The serpes and the black skirts are doing pretty good. The albino Corys, both the standard and long fin variants, are doing really well also. And the coolie loaches. I'm not sure if these are emerald Corys or bronze Corys because I feel like emeralds and bronze look pretty similar, but I will be checking out on them and seeing what happens. But I tell you what, they make the albino Corys look like dwarves. They've also really cleaned up the bottom of the tank, and there's a coolie loach up here just kind of swimming amongst the floaters. But yeah, I just wanted to give you a little bit of an update on that. And just kind of show you, hey, this is what they look like next day. But yeah, definitely, if you did enjoy, make sure to like this video. Again, welcome to Twyco. If this is your first time ever being here, this is what we do. We've got a fish room, we've got some other animals, some furry and spiky animals. We try and rehome fish in the local area from hobbyists that can no longer house them or just want to move on to something else. We go ahead and rehome them and use this platform to show you how it's done the right way, and to also educate you on different species. So that's going to be something where, especially in the very near future, species profiles will be rolling out, and we've got quite the few fish and quite the few animals here at Twyco, so be on the lookout for that. But stay tuned. You never know when we're going to get another rehome or another crazy adventure here at Twyco, and I'll see you in the very next video.